All right, ready to get underway. Here's Shohei Ohtani. First pitch misses. Just missed. Next offering is in for a strike. In there at the knees. That just 3-2. And the count's full.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Some high cheese for strike 3. Here's Ketel Marte. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Rodon certainly has electric stuff, considered by many to be a strikeout pitcher. He might not be at the top level in that
ball went out.
But strikeout's a big part of his game. 1 out, base is empty. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
1 ball,
he doesn't beat
2
himself.
strikes.
I mean, he's going to throw strikes. He's not going to issue many free passes, and he's going to keep the ball in the
that's
ballpark.
out.
That's outside. 2-2.
So when you look at that, he's not completely preventing guys from hitting home runs, but he's so consistent that you look up. By the time he gives the ball over, it's the 6th or 7th inning, and there's 1 or 2 runs on the board at most.
The 2-2.
Count is 3-2.
That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
That's back. And that one's gone. The Dodgers strike first. It's 1-0. Here's Mike Trout. That's off the
plate.
Corner, and it's 1-0.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Outside.
That's off the mark, and now 2-0. Rodon maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
It seems that way. You know, guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
Sliced hard but foul. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
Well, partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up.
There's a strike.
0-2.
First inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing.
What a play! And now here is Jazz Chisholm Jr. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 1. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 1 down, here comes Cody Bellinger. Hit in the air, left field. Buxton sizes this one up. And it's caught for the out.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent base.
2 outs, base is empty. Juan Soto stepping in now for the Yankees. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1. Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile.
No balls, 2 strikes.
That's a strikeout. Second inning set to go. Here's the veteran first baseman, Freddie Freeman. Rodon back to work. Just missed.
What's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken
2-0
as you jog back to the dugout.
Rodon ready. Here comes. And the chop's in for a strike. This one could be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. And he starts off the second with a double.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
2
Pretty nasty sliders to get this
no
hitter
balls,
in
2
an 0-2
strikes.
count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
Man at second. Missed
2 balls,
inside
2
with
strikes.
the curve.
I feel with the way that Will Smith is able to handle the bat, control the bat
Count's
head,
full.
he's very capable of finding green space and driving in that run.
Swing and a high fly ball hitting the air left center field. This one's got a chance. Forget it. And they add to the lead. It's 3-0. Here's Byron Buxton. That one misses.
That's inside.
1-0.
Can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Ripped into right center, and that should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. Buxton headed for third. And he's got himself a triple.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Came screaming off the bat. I'm sure exit velocity's off the charts, no doubt.
Fly ball to right. Chisholm nabs it. Runner tags for home. The run scores from third, and they're up by 3. David Hamilton steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Breaking ball
That's inside.
And that is ball 1. And
ball, that's out.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
And he chases a high fastball there.
I wouldn't throw him another
2-2
breaking
the
ball.
count.
Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard
The
time
count's
catching
full.
up.
And that's off the inside edge. And the count's full. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Base hit. So that will bring up the top of the order with 1 away.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Fires the second to 1. On to first and pulls him off the bag. Ketel Marte up to the plate. He's already homered here in this one. Shohei on the go. Pitch misses. Throw to second is offline.
High leg kick hangs in the air, but he read it nicely, and now in scoring position to add on to this lead.
Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back. Into the second deck and gone. Kiss that ball goodbye. Another homer. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. And they add to their lead. It's 6-0. Trout at the plate with 2 away.
the count.
Swings through that one.
What do you
Started
got?
after the 0-1 pitch, and now a check down to first. No swing. Offense exploding for 5 so far in the inning. Here at the top of the second. Volpe sends it to
Got him.
first. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. Back here in the Bronx, Singy, and we talked about expectations this year for the Yankees, but we haven't brought up their trip to the World Series last year.
0-1.
They had the most wins in the American League, had won their first pennant in 15 years. Hard to believe that, huh? It's
0-2.
tough not labeling that type of a year as a success.
Dodgers versus Yankees in the Fall Classic. It doesn't get any better than that, Singy.
Yeah, and a lot of people across the globe watch those games, not just in the United States, and we won't forget that World Series for a long time.
And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. The 0-2. And they'll do it again. The 0-2. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. 2 down, bases empty. And now the first baseman, Ben Rice. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
0-1's the count.
Foul ball there. 2 outs. Swing and a ground ball. Throw on to Freeman.
He's out.
And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Top half of the 3rd inning. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. A dive, and he can't haul it in. Round second, digging for 3rd. And he's got a leadoff triple. So, man aboard, Freddie Freeman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Late swing, foul to the left.
You know, these Dodgers doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. Not only have they already put up a bunch of runs on the board, but they've also made the starter work really hard out there.
Base hit and a run in to score.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. Loud. To second. That's one.
Out.
Back to first.
Out.
And that is a double play. So 2 down now. And here is Byron Buxton. 1 for 1. He tripled in his first trip. Swings through that one.
Well, you know, with 2
0-1.
out and nobody on, it's going to take something special to get a run across. So why not? You got some pop. Straight to the fences.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. 2 out, space is empty. Off the
Ball,
plate,
that's just
now
out.
1-2. Just
Ball 2.
misses with that one.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact. So not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind it.
No play, that's an infield single. So a man at first. Now it's Alex Bregman. Now
Ball
one
one.
missed. Bregman in his 9th
Counts
season,
1-0.
30 years old now, a former first-round pick
Inside
back
ball.
in 2015. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Soto makes the play, and that'll do it. Back for more from the Bronx. Set for the bottom of the third. And stepping in for the Yankees, Austin Wells. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Yankees definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. I'm specifically talking about the
No
first
balls,
pitch.
2 strikes.
These guys are swinging more than 80% of the time, which is fine if you're scoring runs, but that hasn't been the case today.
Anthony Volpe getting ready to hit. A little in front there as he swings through it.
0-1's the count.
One down, base is empty.
Three,
and that's 2 in a row. Oswaldo Cabrera will hit next. Fought off foul. And he hits a ground ball right side. Marte throws to first in time. And back here in New York digging in, David Hamilton. That one pushed foul.
For you growing up in New York City, I mean, you're a big sports fan. Tell me about your experience with the Yankees growing up.
I really went to Shea Stadium more than I did to Yankee Stadium. I grew up a Phillies fan. There was one game, though, that I went to as a kid. I sat in the upper deck. It was the game that Bo Jackson hit 3 homers in his first 3 plate appearances.
Oh, that's
and then
inside.
hurt his shoulder, diving for Deion Sanders inside the park home run. That's probably the most memorable game that I ever attended as a fan at Old Yankee Stadium. Singing 4 homers in 22 games at Old Yankee Stadium. What do you remember?
Well, I remember my rookie year hitting 2 in one game. And, you know, before that game in the clubhouse, there was a gentleman there who owned a suit company there in downtown Manhattan. And he said to me, "Hey, kid, you hit a home run in the game tonight. Come over to the store tomorrow and I'll give you a free suit."
That's out number 2.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those blue hits to get a knock sometimes.
And first offering is fouled off.
So I went into the game. I happened to hit 2. When I walked into the store the next day, and he looked at me, he said, "You're trying to put me out of business, aren't you?"
Inside, ball 1.
Great experience that I had as a rookie playing against the Yankees, playing in New York.
Chisholm makes the play, and it's out number 3. Ready to go, bottom 4. And now the right fielder, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Cut on and lifted in the air. Trout makes a nice running catch. And up to the plate comes Cody Bellinger.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure.
Takes a tumble and hangs on. 2 outs, base is empty. And now it's Juan Soto. And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a miss.
You know, Boog, every team has a
0-2
hitter's
is the
meeting
count.
pregame, but this lineup seems way too anxious, aggressive. You wonder what they talked about. Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. You don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs, but sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Strikes him out. Back at Yankee Stadium, ready now for the 5th inning. Here's a big power threat. Mike Trout. Oh, look at the stop. Throw to first, and he can't come
he's
up
in
with
there.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. That's one of those you classify as just too hot to handle. Hit it on the screws, and it couldn't be fielded cleanly, but you can't really blame the defense in that case. You know, these Dodgers, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. Everything seems to be clicking, and the 6 extra base hits in the game kind of tells you everything you need to know. They're not getting fooled up there at all.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. And the 0-2. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long
Ball
time.
one.
Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
And now the lefty.
3.
Ball in there. Got him looking. That K is his third of the game. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
0-1's the count.
Next
That's
pitch is
out.
outside.
Oh, he's really working him away, this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground.
Takes it to the bag himself, and here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, we head to the bottom of the fifth. Lau at the plate. Ohtani back to work. That one down the line,
Foul.
and it goes just foul. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the
No
list.
balls, 2 strikes.
Cut
3.
on this, struck him out. Strikeout number 8. And next for New York, Ben Rice. He's 0 for 1. Swings and misses. 0-1.
0-1.
So far, this guy's been able to tease the strike zone, gets those swings and misses. Somebody's going to have to shorten up, be a little more patient,
0-2.
and make this guy work in the zone a little more.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Whiff number 9 for him in this game. 9. Here's the catcher to hit, Austin Wells. And first offering is fouled off.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he is attacked.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. And that ball is out of here. And they've got their first run. It's 7-1. Anthony Volpe stepping in now for the Yankees. Late in the swing there.
0-1's the count.
Swings and misses
2.
at the sweeper. 2 down,
0-2 is the
bases
count.
empty, but 1 run across. Last half of inning number 5. Cuts and misses. It's a strike. Top of the 6th inning. Will Smith to the plate.
Ball, that's outside.
And that's ball 1. Leiter, a 6-foot righty, 210 pounds, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Swing and a miss. And it's
1-1.
1-1. And that's
Ball
too
2.
high. Throw off line. He's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away. Man at first. And up next for Los Angeles, Byron Buxton. First
Ball,
pitch
that's in.
just misses. Smith aboard here at first with nobody out. And
That's
another
ball 2.
2-0 count. You really don't
2-0.
want to give in here. You got to work the edges, really execute a pitch. Hopefully you can get back into this count.
Ball 3.
Next offering misses. 3 balls, no strikes. That one fouled off. Strike 2.
I got 3 and 2.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Nobody out. Runner at first. Makes the catch for the out. And now it's Alex Bregman. That's back there. Out of here. And they add a couple more. It's 9-1. David Hamilton steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Soto moving back for it. This one's going to carry, and it's gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. It's 10-1. Ground ball up the middle. Loud. Tosses to first, and they get Ohtani for the out. Standing in is the power-hitting second baseman, Ketel Marte. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left. And the 0-1. It gets down a base hit. Now he'll turn for second. It's a double, and he's 3 for 4 tonight.
Boog, I know you love the slug. Well, the slugging percentage is on the rise in this one. That's his third extra base hit of the game. Nice job going the opposite way with it, letting the ball travel and not allowing the barrel to hook around the ball. It's so frustrating when you see a good pitch and your hands roll over. It was on.
It's in and out of his glove. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away. So 2 on with 2 away. Now the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. 1 for 3. Chisholm makes the catch, and that. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Every once in a while, they'll work that same trick on a veteran player. If, say, he's been cold or hasn't hit a home run in a long time, and that's always fun when you don't see it coming at all, and everybody in the dugout goes crickets on him.
Yeah, and that veteran player's usually got a response for those individuals with one or the other hands.
He makes the catch, and there's 2 down. Here's Cody Bellinger. 0 for 2 in this one. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Trout is there. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Back at Yankee Stadium, we go to the top of the 7th. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman. Corrals it. 1 down. The batter now will be Will Smith. He's already homered in this game. Back there. That one is gone. Another homer. His 2nd home run of the game, and they tack on to their lead. It's 11-1. Now here is Byron Buxton. Swings through the fastball
0-1's
up
the
in the
count.
zone. Swing and a miss. That's the sweeper.
No balls,
1
2
out,
strikes.
base is empty, and a run in here in the top half of inning number 7. That ball's carrying. Makes the catch up against the wall. 2 down, base is empty. Now the 3rd baseman, Alex Bregman. Volpe. Tosses to first.
He's out.
Out number 3. Back now in the Bronx, set for the last half of the 7th. Here's Juan Soto.